it's Lee from coloringqueen.net, and today I want to show you my Korean colouring book. It's called the Daily Colouring Book, and it is super cute. You might have seen it on one of my catch-up videos where I did a little flip through. You can see it's roughly the same size as one of Joanna's books. Lovely dust jacket with a lovely little blue aqua protective page. Now the paper is on the lighter end. It's medium quality, but it's really at the light end of medium. Very light, and you can actually see the artwork showing through to the other side. So it's very thin and would only just, really it's thin to medium. It's very thin paper, especially for a Korean colouring book. Now, saying that, the illustrations are gorgeous, but the paper is a lot thinner than my usual colouring books. So definitely I would only use pencils on this book, and I would make sure to put paper behind it because it will dent up the page if you press too hard. Now the line art is a thin black, it's a dull black line. There's a lot of detail on each page, so if you're visually impaired it might not be the book for you. But luckily we do have images with larger open elements. But the artwork does run up here into the gutter, and it's not pressing down that firmly to crack the spine, so you might have trouble colouring in some of that ditch area. You just have to loosen up the book and fold it over and back and forth. Some gorgeous illustrations, and it's a real shame that the paper is not better, honestly, because it really is a very thin to medium paper. Now if I push down here really hard I should be able to crack the spine and make that a bit easier to colour in that area. Super cute illustrations, absolutely gorgeous. And because a lot of them have these larger open elements, they'd be really suitable if you did have a minor visual impairment or a motor impairment. And then with the background where there's all these little details, you could just leave them as black and white. There's no rule that you have to colour everything on a page. And again, if you're minorly visually impaired, you might want to leave that one and perhaps do this picture instead. So there's always ways around things. Most artists usually put a range of different levels of complexity in a book so that you can progress through it depending where your skill set is and what your own challenges are. Let's see, something like that might be easier for some people to do than perhaps the detail over there. So it's a very cute little colouring book with lots of gorgeous little images on it. This little cat is just adorable. Look at them all, and that cute little puppy dog. Such a lovely Christmas scene. And there's our little cat again. Flying cat carpet, and look how contented he is. This giant picture. So as you can see, some of the line art's a lot darker than others, but it's all the same sort of consistent theme. It's very cute. Little cat getting a bath. So lovely little paper dolls, but you certainly couldn't cut these out and use them. This paper is far too thin to play with, and obviously you wouldn't want to lose the page behind. So I think they're just for decoration rather than actual use. There's some gorgeous illustrations here. This cat's got a lot of little texture on him. His little eyes are all squinted up because he's asleep. You could just imagine him purring away. And lots of fine detail on this picture here. But it's really not detail, it's just, you know, little knitting pearl lines by the looks of it. So a lot of that you could just colour wash over if it was too detailed for you. And now we're at the end with our lovely little protective cover and our beautiful little fold out cover with our cute little kitty cat on the back. So, gorgeous colouring book. It's called the Daily Colouring Book. The only negative with it is the paper is only a thin to medium, and which is a lot thinner than any other Korean colouring book that I have. The links to buy it are below the video, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and until next time, happy colouring.